Coming in with some burnt umber now for the reddish orange animal on the left. And like I did with the people last week, I'm using the burnt umber to pick out the shadow areas. So looking at trying to keep all the shapes as big as possible. Now looking at the heads of the animals, the kind of nose, snout, if you like, or whatever the appropriate term is for the head on the left, it's a little too pointed at the moment. And equally, the head for the right-hand animal isn't wide enough either. So I'll need to address both of those areas later on. Now you can see, if you compare the reference to the painting, I've deliberately put a gap in between the two animals there, just because I felt it worked. It's perhaps less, I don't know, I suppose it is just as realistic as the reference, because obviously the animals stand further apart, don't they? But I just felt it would make my life a little bit easier in terms of the painting. But now I'm continuing with the burnt umber and just using the edge of the brush, and then also rolling the brush a little bit as well, tapping the brush down, varying the types of marks that I'm creating to begin to represent the tangle and the randomness of the grass. Now I'm putting in some similar marks here on the left for two reasons, and also in between the animals. The first is just to, again, help create a sense of that horizontal plane that the animals are standing on. So maybe those marks are the base of the hedge in the background. Not that I'm looking to replicate that exactly, but the marks I put down on the background to the left of the left-hand animal, they were also placed there to further confuse the eye, so that the remains of that third cow head that were still showing through the yellow background, they're hopefully further hidden by the random marks in burnt umber that I've put on top. But now I'm coming in with some tube orange to begin to get the color of the left-hand animal in the right ballpark. So just putting that orange straight over the top of not only the unpainted areas, but also the shadow areas that I've put down. And one of the things I'll say about the interactive acrylics that I like is that obviously they're specifically designed to allow easy blending of colors. But for this painting, for the most part, I'm using them just in the way I would with normal acrylics. So I'm just putting down blocks of color with quite hard edges. I'm doing dry brush, painting one layer on top of another when the first layer's touched dry. And having said that, I just added a bit of water to the to the paint to make it flow a little better. But nevertheless, I'm still using them in the way I would with conventional acrylics. And I find they're great for doing that, because although I love the blendable nature of the interactives, and that's definitely a limitation of conventional acrylics, I do like painting in a conventional acrylic